So, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another round. Let's get into it. Hey! You're from Germany. Do I remember that correctly? Or from US? One of those. Don't insult me. Oh, really? Hey! So, what was the last exam? 3:45. Not that's not bad. That's not bad at all. We have like 30 seconds left, so probably it's not enough for to no way. Okay, so I'll scratch that, and we will continue with the reducers. Patent law. So you did the exam today, right? But you still don't know the result if you did pass it or not. Do I understand it correctly? Okay. What am I doing? Yeah, this, and I didn't save. Okay, whatever. Uh, that's okay. This is the blog university. Is that the one? Blog and the users Angular to Rex. Yep, let's do sync. So do that. Nice. So you will have like, but you don't do law, right? You do computer science. Okay. I'm good. I had two meetings with friends uh, today, which was nice, uplifting. Uh, I did fix one bug. I had some comments on my pull request, so they didn't think my implementation will work, but I did proof. I did provide a proof that it actually works correctly. Now the now I'm running the E2E tests in there, and I did exercise. I went to a gym for like this group lesson. It was like functional something, but you do like lots of burpees, planks, but just with one hand and one leg, sit-ups, uh, like weird push-ups, which are targeting shoulders, and so on. A lot of stuff did happen today, so I'm blessed. I'm glad that a lot of stuff is happening. So yeah, look at me, look at me. You know, like in my mind, I always can imagine me being even more proactive, but this was pretty good day. There's one thing on my list to do today, so I can sleep. I can go sleep satisfied, and that is learn something from IT and spend some time learning German. Thank you. They are so kind to me. Short video demo. Okay, so let's have a look. 6 minutes can do.
Hello everyone, how's it going? Vasco here from the Angular University. In this
video, so what I will do is open it on YouTube, put it into Firefox.
Hello everyone, how's it going? Vasco here from the Angular University.
So it is. Come on. English. Oh, fuck you, YouTube. Agree.
Hello everyone,
Here
how's
we
it
go.
going? Vasco here from the Angular University. In this video we're
Fuck, I
going
don't
to
see
have
the
a look
corner.
at the NGRX store DevTools in action. And the best place to see this is to go to the NGRX example app repository, and what we have here is a demo application of the NGRX store and many of its associated ecosystem, including the store DevTools. So if we clone the repository and we npm install it and run it, so it's an Angular CLI application, we will have it here running at localhost 4200. Now let's have a look at the DevTools in action. If we go to the NGRX store DevTools repository, we can see here that we need to install the Redux DevTools extension. So this is a Chrome browser extension that you can download and install. So with this, with the application running, with the browser plugin installed, let's have a look at the DevTools in action and the sample app. So here it is running on port 4200. We can go here to the book collection, we can go here to browse books, and let's say that we search here for a book on Amazon. Before searching the book, let's see here the DevTools already in action. If we do inspect, and here in this menu we select Redux, we are going to turn on the DevTools. So there we have it, the DevTools in action. We have here already a couple of actions that were emitted. This is the initial action that the store emits. This is some routing that happened. So the DevTools are integrated with the Angular 2 router, so we can do routing via dispatching an action, and when we hit back on the DevTools, when we jump to a certain state, we can also trigger router transitions. We're going to see that in a moment. So the DevTools are integrated with the router. So let's go back here, for example, to my collection. So currently the collection is empty, and take a look. We have here actions like open side nav, close side nav. These are triggered via the store as well. You have here update location, which was the transition in the path that we did from my collection of books to browse books. So let's keep this open and let's go back here to find a book. We are going to find a book in Amazon. Let's say that we are looking for books on drones, so recreational drones. We're going to see here drone for dummies, aerial photography and videography. Let's add a couple of books to the collection so we can see here that the different actions are happening over time. So we are going to click on drones for dummies and we're going to add this book to the collection. Now we hit back and we're going to add here aerial photography, for example, add book to collection. Now let's see the DevTools themselves in action. So we have here all the actions that are being dispatched to the store. What we can do here, for example, is we can inspect the content of the search complete. And we can see here that this is the data that was returned from the server, and this is the action that triggered it. Now, notice here this slider. This is the time traveling feature of the DevTools. If we start sliding back, so let's hit here the arrow. Each time that we hit the arrow, we are returning the application back to its previous state. So you can see here that we are highlighting the state where we're at. So we click back and we can time travel through our application using the DevTools. You can also click a state here in the list and you will go directly to that state. So let's go back to the beginning. We should be able to see here the actions that we have been doing over time. So we can see the multiple times that the menu was opened, and we can see the search ongoing. We can see the search result. We can see that the book was added to the collection, etc. So this is the time traveling debugger in action. So the time traveling feature is just the most spectacular feature of the DevTools, but there are many other useful features, like for example, we can import state. Let's say that in production a bug occurred at a certain state. We can import state from a given client running in production. We would have to record it in production, of course. We would have to have the infrastructure to do that in production, but this gives us a hook to easily record state in production for, let's say, a customer that is having problems, and being able to replay its actions using these DevTools. So the DevTools are extremely powerful. Let's see what else we have. You can also pause the DevTools. You might not necessarily want to record all the actions. And if you click here the dispatcher, you can dispatch here manually an action to try it out to see what happens. You can also save some state that you have for later usage, or maybe for using it in a unit test to test a particular error condition that you would like to make sure that it's working. You can extract here a test. So as you can see, there are many features. We have only covered a few in this video, but this gives an idea of what we can do with the DevTools. So the most spectacular feature is really the time traveling debugger. One more thing, the demo application is also integrated with the browser IndexedDB database. So this data here is being saved to our IndexedDB. Let's open it here. We go here to the application tab. We select IndexedDB. You can see here that there is a books app database here, and we can see here that there are 2 books. So as you can see, the database contains 2 books, and this means that if we refresh the browser, we will still get the data here. So the data is being stored here in a database at the level of the browser, in an IndexedDB database. This is being done by this package here that is also available here, demonstrated in the demo app ngrx/db. So as you can see, the development tools are very powerful. If you want to take the example application for a spin, the repository is ngrx/example-app on GitHub.
Hey everyone, Gary Simon of Coursetro. Today we're going to take a look at NGRX Store, which is a state management solution for Angular. So if you're dealing with data that's in a medium
Okay, that's
to
another
large-
video. I don't want another video. Okay. Cool. Oh fuck, I forgot to start the timer again. Resume. Oh well. Hey Ryan.
This really does that job. So I really like this. This is the type of stuff that we need. But as you know, React is not everything. We need Flux or Redux. And so, for instance, this here is the Redux DevTools, and there you have the chart of your state tree. So you can get a glance, a big picture of the state tree of your program. And that's pretty nice. It's good that people are building this. And the nice thing about an architecture like Redux is that, you know, it gives you a predefined mental model for everything, how all these apps work. So it's always going to be this diagram. you have state in the store, it goes to components, and it goes down in the component hierarchy. The user does a click, and becomes an action, goes to the reducer, makes new state, you know, you've heard the story before a couple of times. So we don't even need to visualize the big picture of Redux data flow because it's always the same diagram, except it's not always the same. So, like, if you have some asynchronous operations, things start getting quite complicated. You use action creators with promises inside them, then it's a different diagram. Or if you use Redux Saga, right, that's another way of handling async effects. Or Redux Loop, right, that's another way. And also nowadays they have Redux Observable. So some people even mix both sagas and action creators with promises inside them, and then it becomes a bit more crazy, right? It's not that simple anymore. So it's not anymore a predefined mental model for everything. There's a lot of variation going on inside this idea of Redux. And, you know, the devil is in the details. So once something is not how you think it is, you really feel like, I need to visualize this thing, you know? So here's what I decided to do. I didn't want to build a framework or an architecture that always that was like predefined and always works in the same way. I wanted to allow flexibility and people to choose what they want to do. So what I wanted to allow is that given any program, okay, I just want to be able to get
It's good.
big
2 meetings today, fixed a bug, currently running into a test, went to the gym today as well. I was very productive today.
picture of the data flowing through this application, okay?
Hello, Nereus.
Through all the ifs and else's, not like a debugger, because
Moin, moin.
I've already told the problems of that. So something that would like summarize this whole thing for me. And I also want to see it in slow motion because it's easier to understand. So how do you visualize this stuff in the big picture? And here's what I found, you know, you can't. And I don't know how to. We need to replace.
This way. This is how I saw you.
Diversity. In this video we're
This control flow. This programming model that we have of if and else and try and catch and stack trace, it just can't be visualized. So we need to remove normal control flow and we need to put something in its place, you know. We need a programming model which can be visualized. And that is reactive streams. So I'm talking RxJS, observables, most.js, that type of stuff. So now people think that streams are quite hard, okay? They're like, oh, this is very scary stuff. But I don't think they're hard. You know, they're just different. Like, if you know Spanish, then learning Portuguese is not that big of a stretch. You know, it's rather similar. But English is very different to Spanish, okay? So you could say, oh, English is hard. But actually, English is one of the easiest languages. You know, it's not that hard in absolute terms. So today we're going to understand streams, okay? And especially how streams are used in Cycle.js. This is going to be fun. You ready? All ready? Okay. You ready? Okay. I think you're ready. So here we have a stage. It's just like this stage, but it's green. Yeah. And yeah, it's the stage. And we have also, besides the stage, we have the outside world. And in the outside world, things happen, right? Such as, you know, everything that happens is an event. So red car passed by, that's an event, or blue car passed by, that's an event. Things happen. And besides these cars passing by, we also have Mr. Driver, who knows how to drive cars, but he also knows how to do anything else. You know, he's like a Mr. Janitor, but he wants me to call him Mr. Driver. So what happens on the stage then? Well, we have Julia is on the stage. Say hello to Julia. This is Julia's face. And what Julia does is that she likes to observe the outside world. So what she does is whenever a blue car passes by, Julia reacts by raising a sign, and her sign says +1. Okay, that's what she does. I mean, if a red car passes by, she doesn't care. Black car doesn't care. Blue cars, for some reason, she passes by and she raises a sign. That's her whole life. I mean, she doesn't eat, she doesn't sleep, she doesn't go to the bathroom, she just stands there doing this. And then we also have Raphael. Raphael is also on stage. Say hello to Raphael. This is his face. And Raphael does almost the same thing, but he's interested in red cars. So whenever a red car passes by, Raphael raises a sign,
Yeah.
but his sign says -1. As you see, Julia doesn't care. She's like, nah, that's not blue. So they just do this the whole day. Julia likes blue, 1, and Raphael likes red, -1. And then we also have Monica on stage. Say hello to Monica. This is Monica's face. And Monica, you know, she doesn't like cars. She doesn't like to observe the outside world. You know, Monica likes to observe Julia and Raphael right in front of her. So whenever they raise a sign, she's going to raise a sign as well. She reacts, okay? As you can see, I'm hinting the word reacts to you. Oh, and by the way, Monica has very good memory, so don't tell anything bad to her. She's going to remember it. So Raphael raises -1, and then Monica raises a sign. And her sign says 3 because she's adding up all of the numbers that she saw from them. So probably Julia raised the sign 5 times, and Raphael raised the sign 2 times. So 5 - 2, 3. So she remembers stuff. She's good memory. Okay, so then we also have on the stage Dominic. Say, well, he's not so happy today. Yeah, anyway, Dominic also, he's not interested in cars. He's not interested in the outside world. He's interested in Monica. So he likes to observe Monica, and whenever Monica does something, he's going to do something as well. So there we go. Julia raises a sign, Monica raises a sign, and then Dominic raises a sign, and his sign just wraps whatever Monica said. So if Monica says 10, he's going to say div 10 div, and so forth. And by the way, it's really important that they're facing this direction, okay? Because this means that they are observing stuff, okay? And not this, because here they're not observing stuff. Like, Julia is interested in blue cars. How is she gonna know that a blue car passed by? And she can't just hear a blue car, you know? So what would have to happen is the car would have to hit Julia, you know, and then okay, now I know. And then, how is Monica gonna know that Julia raised the sign? She's not gonna know, so Julia has to go.
I kind of like that video. I want to watch it entirely, and the entire thing.
Poke her and say, yo.
But now we will continue. I just wanted to see what was mentioned in here. And you did like it too, right? So I will share the link with you. Here it is. Cheers. Because I go to the gym, bro. Shit. Oh, come on. I'm like, okay, I guess. Not enough to find the love of my life, though. But maybe sometimes it's just right in front of your face, but you don't see it. Let's cut the philosophical things and continue in this here. Oh, she wants you, huh? Sexy porn, please. Hey, Erickson. Yeah, sure. I might cry though. Oh, come on, that's coming from Ryan. That will be some kind of joke again. A Batwing. Okay, I have some exercises in a queue. So you did broke up with her. Did she love you? You did love her, right? Did she love you, Ryan? Are you fucking crazy, dude? I mean seriously, like, it is. It doesn't happen that often that you find someone who loves you and she loves you in return. And like, unless you already know that you didn't want her or whatever, like, then like, what the fuck? I mean, you will be fine, right? But I'm like, It sounds like you did this decision for her, right? It means you will not go, and I know that you will be not happy. So either you kind of deep down know that you wouldn't be happy, then yeah. But if both of you were like deep in love, like love the other one like so much, and the only thing is that she would have to move to a different country, and your guess is that she would be miserable. You didn't try it, right? So you don't know really. Was it a reasonable thing to do? I don't know all the details. You have to know. It is sad because like relationship when you love your partner and the partner loves you. I know it looks like in a TV and somewhere else that you can find it on each corner. It's not true. You really can fall in love just a few times in your lifetime if you're lucky. Well, I'm very sorry for your loss. I don't know anything with like the certainty. Just the way you did lay it down. Yeah, there is a way. Um, or there might not be. I don't know. Um, well, look at me. I am not exactly successful in that area, right? So, I just can tell you how it looks from my point of view, given the information I have been given. And you said you were together for a long time, right? It wasn't like you are still getting like 2 years. One and a half. I mean, I guess you can do it. You know, you will survive either way. I'm sure about it. You will be okay. But I don't know. Like, to be all like brutally honest, from what I read in here, it doesn't. Someone mentioned it. It sounds like from like some stupid movie, and movies doesn't have to do anything with real life. Those are movies. And it looks like you did decide for her, and I suppose she's already grown up, right? So she can do the decision. Oh well. Anyway. How long is it since you did break up? Do you still love her? Do you miss her? Or can you get over it? Do you value her as a person? Can you see your future together, like long term? Does she see your future together for the long term? Long term might be a few years. Is there a way for her to finish or get the education in Korea? Well, it might be like excuse from your part that you would be saying like, oh, I really did it because of this reason. But there might be another reason, and it might be buried somewhere in here, and you just don't want to say it out loud. You don't have to say it to me or someone else, right? But if there is a reason and you don't think that will work out or whatever, yeah, then yeah. But if you really truly love each other like so much, it doesn't make sense to me. That is my take on it. Well, sometimes it is hard to like admit to some reasons to yourself. You know, it might be like she's not beautiful enough, right? I don't have the prestige of having the best looking girlfriend, you know, but you don't want to admit it because it may be something after saying that or admitting that you might feel bad about yourself, right? So you would be like protecting somehow yourself, like your ego or something, right? But that is something which you have to like know. Maybe you know already, right? This here might not be the right place to talk about it. I mean, it's a good start that you do talk about it. Apparently, you it is so much on your mind that you share it with me or with us, right? Thank you for that. I don't know what I or we did to earn your trust. Do appreciate that. That you might... Oh, don't worry, I can switch the channel. They are also grown-ups, most of us. No. It's so easy to close this tab and watch Amorant licking microphone. You're a freaking kid. Well, we all are in some sense. And if you are able to search for a porn online, I'm sure you are also able to switch to another tab. Right? Um, yeah, what I wanted to say is you might want to maybe it's good to talk about those things. It doesn't have to be necessary like a professional, right? It could be a close friend, someone you can talk to. If this is okay for you, yeah, sure, go ahead. And just, there are like some people looking at it. I'm recording the session as well, so you should be aware of that. So, even though you are kind of like anonymous, keep that in mind. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the friends are for, right? The friends, at least in my opinion, are which actually do share their thoughts with you. It's not the one which are trying to agree with you all the time and not poking holes in your bullshit. Those people really don't care about you. And, and then sometimes they will agree with you, sometimes don't. People which agree with you all the time, I don't know. You can talk to yourself, right? Yeah, it depends on you. I cannot judge, really. Because there is so much information which is lost even in the text, right? I don't hear your voice, and I was not in the situations where you were, I have different emotional baggage than you have, so I don't really know. No one really knows. Yeah. True. I do agree. Okay. Yeah, we'll do the redeems after this timer runs out. Where it was here? Yep. I have too many tabs open. Yeah, like even after reading almost the entirety of this thing, we do use store, right? This NGRX store at our work. I'm convinced that well, not 100%, but I have a hunch that it might not have been the greatest decision to include NGRX store in our application at work. I was not there, and it's already in place, right? So we will not change it now. That would cost too much money. Ah, the entire application is total garbage. Like the code is so bad. I showed you some of the examples, right? Like the last thing I saw was that someone was calling an API call in ng on init hook. That's actually one of the recent PRs. How is Angular community in Czech Republic? I don't know. I come online. My community are people in my company, I guess. there are 3 of us which have sort of kind of like some idea how to actually work with Angular, and I'm not really. Lufthansa, of course. In Czech, I don't know. I don't even know. It might be. In Europe, it's the React is contender, but it might be a tiny bit more of, I don't know. Oh, nice. Oh, you're nervous? That's good. That's good. That means your body is preparing for what you will need to do. That is very good. That you are nervous. That's a good sign. My guess is that they will not do that. But it helps. And mentioning it on a job interview probably would not hurt. I have different strategy, which works for me. It's like I know how we mean it. My strategy is if you're nervous, be nervous. If you're afraid, be afraid. Don't give a fuck about those. And do it like when there is a television in the background running, but you are focused on something in front of you. Because overcoming the nervosity and the fear, it takes energy, right? So what personally works for me is just to let it be, like the television on the background or radio or whatever, and do the thing which is in front of me. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so we finished the thingy. Good. So I can say that I did done, and we will have a look at the NGRX, which might be, this was like this overview, and so like I don't know, we did learn something, right? But however, and does not Blah blah blah. Okay, I don't care. We are done with this. Here are what? Lifecycle hooks. Oh, I did talk about it last time, right? About the NGUnit thingy. Hey, Brendan. Yeah, I jump around. Now I am doing NGRX, which is the store, right? Thingy. Is this the lecture how to make it? Oh, well, okay. So we are watching movie now. Video. Let's go.
What is going on here? Oh my god. Hey Nick, studying for your interview? Yeah, I am, but I'm really nervous. I mean, I can't even invert a binary tree or reverse a linked list. Wait, when's your interview? I think it's in like 5 minutes. Okay, you know what? You're probably gonna fail, but if you ever get stuck, just throw a hash map at the problem. Throw a hash map? What?
I really like how he walks away and walks into the into the wall. Look at him.
Throw a hash map.
That's awesome
What?
detail.
Okay, it's time. Hey Nick, I'm Nick with a K, and I'm a senior software engineer here at Faces on Google AppFlix. I'm just gonna send over a coder pad and then we can get started. Yep, sounds good. So here's the problem. Given an array of integers nums and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target, and you can just assume that there will always be a solution. Huh, what an easy problem. I did this last night, but I'm gonna pretend I've never seen this before. Interesting. Yeah, so I guess my initial approach would be to use 2 for loops and then iterate through the array, checking whether the sum of the current number and each of the numbers in front of it adds up to the target. Yep, that sounds like a good start. Do you want to code it up? Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll start coding it up right now. And then in the event that there are no solutions, then we can just throw an error. Yeah, so that should work, and its time complexity is O of n squared, because for each element we're looping through the rest of the array to find its complement, which takes O of n time, and also the space complexity is O of 1. Okay, that seems alright, but it's a bit slow as you mentioned it's quadratic in time. Do you think you could make it even faster? Of course. I knew this was coming. Yeah, so we can just sort the array first, and then use a left and a right pointer, and move those towards the middle of the array accordingly, based on whether the sum is less than or greater than our target. And so the time complexity of this solution would be O of n log n, because we need to sort the array. And then we also have just one pass through the array, which is O of n. And also our space complexity will be O of 1. Yes, I did it. I definitely passed the interview. Well, yes, this is a bit better, but it's still kind of slow. I want you to think of a solution in linear time. What? Linear time? I thought I already got the optimal solution. There's no way you can make it even faster. Well, I guess we could, maybe, instead of doing what we had before, we could instead do Nick, we only have about 5 minutes left, so if you can't think of a better solution, don't worry about it. Come on, Nick, think. Think! What could we do? Man, I'm so stuck. Wait, stuck. If you ever get stuck, just throw a hash map at the problem. Throw a hash map at the problem. Hash map, hash map, hash map. That's it. I'll use a hash map. Yeah, so we can use a hash map. We can just iterate through the array and find the complement of each number. And if the complement already exists as a key in the hash map, we can just return the corresponding value, which is going to be an index, along with our current index. And the sum of the two numbers at those indices will add up to our target. And if the complement does not already exist as a key in the hash map, then we're just going to store our current number along with our current index in our hash map. Yep, that sounds like a pretty good plan. We only have a few more minutes though, so if you could code that up quickly, that'd be great. Yeah, sure, I can start coding it up now. And then again, as I mentioned, in the event that the complement does not exist in the hash map, then we're just going to store our current number along with its index in the hash map. So that should work. And in terms of time complexity, we're only looping through the array once. And since hash maps have constant lookup times, this algorithm is simply O of n in time. And our hash map would store at most n elements, so it's going to be O of n in space. Yes, I finally did it. I definitely passed now. Perfect. Well done, Nick. That concludes the interview for today. Keep an eye out
Yeah.
for an email to schedule your next
Well,
interview. All right. Have a nice day, Nick.
It
Thank you. You too.
depends which company and
Wait,
who do you run
did you
into.
just say next interview? There's more?
Okay. Here. Ja, tschüss. Bis nächstes Mal. How do you say, like, gute Nacht? Ja. Bis bald. Okay. So we are done, but I will just mark in which order we will do that. So I will. Oh, okay. So here's introduction. Okay, whatever. That is okay. GRX, Dux. Oh, come on. Okay, okay. So that's, oh, where's the music? So this concludes this session. So I'll stop recording.